The encounter of Prophet Samuel, who met me on top of the mountain. When Prophet Samuel came to me in the mountain, he was talking and I was writing in a vision. This was where I discovered how Samson was able to lift the gate of the city, a gate that would take 50 to 100 people to lift. One man lift it and climb a mountain and put it on top of the mountain and walk away. He didn't design a valley wall. He climbed a mountain with that gate just to prove to the people that God is at work. So when Prophet Samuel was talking to me in the vision, I was writing in the book. And once I was writing, I was disrupted by the devil. He distracted me and the pen fell under a rock because where I was full of rocks. He never stopped talking. He continued talking. I expected that he stopped. He never stopped. He was talking and looking at me and looking at the pen in the vision as if he don't know anything has happened. And he asked me to write. And the funny thing is that is why I told you that knowledge fuels your encounters. Knowledge makes your encounters beautiful, especially the experience and then the encounters of people who came before you. When you listen to their encounters, it makes your encounter beautiful. I have watched and read Kenneth Hagin's book where he said one day Jesus was talking with him and then a demon in the form of a monkey was kind of like making noise and he was not hearing Jesus and Jesus never stopped speaking. Jesus keep on speaking. So while Jesus keep on speaking, he now discovered it dawned on him by the Spirit of God that he needed to rebuke the demon because he was waiting for Jesus to rebuke the demon, but Jesus was not doing it. Jesus was also waiting for him to do it. So he never stopped talking. So he now got the revelation that he has to rebuke the demon. So he rebuked the demon and the demon went silent and disappeared. In the presence of Jesus, demons still came and was distracting and disrupting every process that was happening there. Why? Because Jesus was on the earthly realm, and on the earthly realm, demons are allowed to manifest. So when I also remember that revelation I read about Kenneth Hagin, you know what? I got up and I decided to attempt lifting the rock. It was not a stone, it was a rock. Hopefully, like from this side to this side, it was like that. And the rock was like a foam in my hands. It was like this mattresses, those foam. How light it was. It was so light, so I lifted with one hand, picked the pen, and start writing. When I was done with the vision, and I wrote everything, I now went back to the rock to try lifting it again to see what happened, to discover that the rock was not moving. It was not even shaking. It was not even changing. It wasn't even minding me. It was stuck to the other rocks. But when the prophet was there with the presence of God, that is why that scripture now became a reality to me. And the Spirit of the living God came upon Samson. So it wasn't a man fighting. It was a God fighting through a body of a man. So that was why the scripture became real to me. So I could no longer lift the rock after that encounter. So which means there was a dimension of God's presence that was taken away. So that is why the presence of God varies. He's everywhere, but he's in some places more than some places. At that time, the presence of that prophet in my vision, look, he came with a presence that makes rocks light. So at that time, you can talk to the rock, move, and the rock will move. Come, and the rock will come. So when Jesus told the disciples that if you have faith like a mustard seed, you shall say to this mountain, move, and it will be removed and be thrown. That is in my presence, not in my absence. Go and tell that mountain, move with faith. With that Jesus in your life, nothing will happen. So if you're not born again, so you have faith, you can move mountains. Go and tell the mountain, nothing will happen. So there is only movement when Jesus is involved. In the presence of Jesus, every mountain will be moved. So there's an atmosphere that makes everything possible. So the only way to create miracles in service is to create that atmosphere. If songs need to create that atmosphere, sing songs. If prayer need to create that atmosphere, pray prayers. Whatever that needs to create that atmosphere must be what? Created. There are some people you need songs. Go ahead. Some people you have to pray. Go ahead. Some people you have to dance. Go ahead.